Then moving on to the infant mortality rate. So infant mortality rate is nothing but number of deaths of children below the age of 1 year for 1000 live births. Okay, before this is what we understand with regard to the infant mortality rate. Before the age under 5 for mortality rate anta karitare. So before the age of 1 year, number of deaths of children before the age of 1 year for not 100, it's for 1000. So this is the most appropriate, means correct one. Then in terms of GDP, which sector is the highest share for the India? So it's a tertiary sector. Of them, tertiary sector, IT sector plays a major role. Okay, under the service sector, so IT sector plays a important role here. So when you talks about the sector, it is the tertiary sector. Which among the following is an example for trade barrier? So liberalization, no, it is not a barrier, it is a facilitator. Globalization, no. Privatization, no. Import duty. So import duty, fixing duties to a particular goods acts as a barrier for the trade. So there is no free flow of trade, it will be like acting as a barrier to it. So moving on to the next, the Bretton Woods institution twins. Oh, this is simple, straightforward. So World Bank and IMF are called as the Bretton Woods twins because they have been established at the same time. So this is with regard to the Bretton Woods twins. Consider following statements about a human development UNDP report. It is published by UNDP, correct. It compares countries based on education, health and income, both 1 and 2. Underemployment occurs when people do not want to work, are working in a lazy manner, working less than what they are capable of doing. Yes, it is underemployment. For instance, a person who has completed MTech and is working as a, say for instance, in some, he is working as a Manrega employee or Manrega wage earner, then it is considered as underemployed. He has done the MTech and is working as in the Manrega as a labor wage employer. So this is even though he is employed, but what he has read, what the skill he has got, he has undervalued for his what he has learned the skill. That is what we understand with regard to the underemployment. Consider following statements about the SEZs. These are industrial setup to attract foreign companies to invest in India. Yes, these are geography delineated enclaves. Yes, in India, suppose if there is IT in Bangalore, it is we come across the IT parks, right? In the IT parks, it is considered as a SEZ. So it acts as a foreign enclave inside the India itself. Why they are being formulated? Majorly to promote the exports, to promote the exports and to increase the export capability of India, so that it can earn the forex reserves. Whenever there is a SEZ, it has various benefits to it. It has a duty-free import for it. It has a what we waive off with regard to tax holidays for 3 years, 5 years, reimbursement for some of the amount. So you have perks and amenities, facilities for the electricity, road, everything will be provided in terms of what we call it as waive off or the subsidies. So that has various attractive scenarios for the SEZ, so that various companies wants to come to that place and establish their businesses. So these are industrial zones set up to attract foreign companies. When you give so much of facilities and opportunities in terms of incentives, tax holidays, everything, so companies will automatically come to that place to start their business. So they will attract, these areas attract the foreign investment. Yes, they are geographically delineated as enclaves. Definitely they act as enclaves within a particular region. So both 1 and 2. Quotas and taxes are imports are used to regulate the trade barriers. So the quotas and taxes acts as a trade barriers. Suppose there is India and suppose there are two countries X and Y carrying out trade. If a country X imposes tariffs in the form of taxes for this country, then the good coming from this country, say for instance apples, before fixing of taxes, one apple will cost us 20 rupees, imagine. After the tariffs, the one apple costs us 30 rupees, imagine. So the person buying this apple from this country will not buy because the prices increased. Why? Not because of the increase in the production of the goods or cost, but as due to the imposition of tariffs. 10 rupees tariffs has been imposed by this country. So it acts as a barrier for the free flow of trade. What taxes? Even quota. Suppose in the quota system, so one country says that only we will import 100 kg of apples from your country. After 100 kg of apples, we impose 10% of tariff on those goods. If they come with this type of system, then it is also acts as a barrier for the free flow of trade. Then Kudumbashri, so it's a society oriented community based poverty reduction program. So it's implemented not in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala. So only one. Then who among the following is regarded as the architect of Indian planning? So it's a Mahalanobis is considered as the architect of the Indian planning. So capitalist. So in the capitalist, market forces select the correct market forces. So it is select the correct code. So socialism, it is majorly driven by the government. And the mixed economy, in the mixed economy, it is the government and the market forces. A3, B1, then C2. So this is the correct answer with regard to the 82. Mortality rate is measured by number of deaths per 1000 individuals per year. Life expectancy refers to number of years a person is expected to live. So both 1 and 2 are correct. So moving on to the next question of which are the following statements regarding the 5-year plans. So it talks about the first 7 5-year plans gave importance to self-reliance. Yes, they are talked about the self-reliance, majorly focusing on the what we need to produce or what we need to enhance our production. Then all the 12 5-year plans have achieved the growth target. No, 2 has to, only the statement is only 1 is correct. Okay, only one statement is correct. The first 7 5-year plans majorly gave importance. After the 8 5-year plan, we moved towards indicative planning, opened up the economy, asked the foreign players to come in. We went for liberalization, privatization and globalization. So where then the foreign players also come into the Indian economy for its growth aspects. Then consider following statements that independence of 70% of India's population was dependent on agriculture. Yes, the first phase of green revolution started in 1980s. No, so it was started much earlier. So in the 1960s itself, the green revolution has started. So this question, this 1980s is wrong. So only one is correct. Only one statement is correct.